Hi folks, welcome to our 1890s Ontario brick farmhouse living room. Today, I am going to tackle a task in this room that involves these very tall windows. And I'm going to give you a tour of our living room and some of the history behind the contents of our living room. Since all of the work outside is wrapped up for the season, it's time to get the work done inside. We moved here about 2 years ago, and I have to say that this is one of my favorite rooms in the house. But truth be told, every room in this house is my favorite because the moment we stepped through the door on the first time we came to see the home with the real estate agent, it's like I sighed a breath of relief, and instantly my heart said, we're home. So after searching for 11 years, this absolute gem showed up, and we're so glad to be here. And I'm so glad that you're here. If you're new to our channel, welcome to Little Farm Big Dreams. My name is Denise. If you've been here before, welcome back. And this house was built in the 1890s as a Victorian farmhouse. If you look up Victorian Ontario farmhouses, you will typically find a lot of these red brick homes. Some of them have been painted over. Sometimes they paint the brick to seal them in because they're very old. Ours is still in its original red brick. There is usually some gingerbreading, carved wood decorations along the edges of the roof line and things like that. There is a task that I have been putting off since we moved here, and that is tackling these beautiful draperies here in our 1890s. Can you believe it? This house was built in the 1890s. It is so solid. Anywho, I digress. These curtains were here when we moved, and they've stayed there. And when we did move, they were already dusty on top. So, not judging anyone because we've been here for just over 2 years, and still haven't taken them down to wash them. So I'm not judging anybody. I'm in no position to judge anyone. Anywho, so today I'm going to tackle getting those draperies down and getting them washed. Now, there is something super duper stinking special about these draperies. I guess the first bit of history that I'll share with you about this room is that apparently a few owners ago, some previous owners of the property had gone into the attic and they found what is supposed to be the original rods, drapery rods above the windows. They were stored up in the attic, and so the curtain rods and the holders are original to the home from the 1890s. So isn't it amazing that whoever found them either restored them or, preciously kept them, and they're still hanging here in the home in 2025, basically 130 years later. I love that stuff. I love it so much. Okay, now, first I have to get the draperies down. I have to get my step ladder, but I still don't know if I'll be tall enough, so let's see what happens. Okay. Move this out of the way. Okay. Okay, reset. Whew. These I'm going to hand wash, I think. Now I am going to put these in separate loads of laundry on a gentle, quick wash because I want to keep the same drapes on the same windows to the laundry room. Oh yeah, there's these ones back here too. Oh, these are hand stitched. Oh gosh, I hope they don't come undone. Look at this, you guys. Hand stitched. It's so delicate. First load is in. Oh, wow. Look at that. Big old dust bunny. Perfect. I think I could have just pulled that out. Oh my. There are quite a few years of dust on this. Hi, honey. Hi, sweet girl. Oh, we're going to use your tail as a duster. Careful, you're going to get all dirty, honey. Okay. Careful, sweetheart. Hey, sweet girl. Okay. Let me move this. Just gonna leave those there for now. You helping out? I'm gonna need to move a few more things. Aren't I? Aren't I? Doo doo doo. Okay. I gotta be careful with this guy. Make sure it has support. Doo 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 doo. So there's an interesting little quirk about this window and the curtain rod that goes with it. I'll show you. So this little window in question is narrower than the rest because it's facing the front of the house in a little jut out. But also the interesting little thing about it is the end of the curtain rod, the decorative bit, is different. It's not as detailed. And also, it doesn't have one at the other end because there wasn't enough space between the window and the wall next to it to add a decorative item. So I don't know what those are called, the ends of those curtain rods. I don't know. If you know, please let me know in the comments below. But isn't that fun? A little thing that's, you know, relatively unimportant, but I love the quirk. Oh! And they found something else too. Oh my goodness. Easter egg. Oh, gosh. I clearly don't use a ladder when I dust because I can't see this unless I'm standing like a few feet higher. So I never noticed it. I probably just, wiped this and hit the end and was actually hitting an Easter egg. Okay, curtain time. Oh, so dusty. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this one's really dirty. Look at that dust line. And yes, we have pee pads in the hallway. I explained all about those pee pads and why they're there in a previous video. I'll link it on the screen now or at the end of the video somewhere, so you can go watch that. All right, time to clean. Now don't worry, I'm dusting these and I'll tackle the furniture that gets dirty because of it after. Okay, my microfiber is leaving little residue on this wood finish. I don't know, is this oak? Looks like oak. I'm not sure though. It must be brass. So the original owners sold the property to a family, and that family grew here, and eventually the gentleman was a widow and aged here, and the house fell into disrepair. And so the house ended up being condemned. It was slated for demolition. But the family members of the original owners, the people who built it, one of the family members bought the farm, and it was, a lot of acreage. There was a giant barn on the property and everything at the time. And so what they did is they wanted to save the house. There was a lot of history. And so they bought the property, they severed the land and cut out the 5.5 acres that we live on now and sold it to another family at a very good price because, like I said, the house was condemned and slated for demolition with the understanding that they would restore it. And that they did. They painstakingly stripped all of the wood finishes from this kind of green. I'll show you a color of the green actually, because there's still a little bit of that evidence left in one of the windows up in the bathroom upstairs of the green that was all the woodwork around the doors, along the floorboards, was all painted green. And they restored it, they fixed the roof, they fixed the damage, and they lived here for many years. And that's why we were able to purchase it and live here now. If it wasn't for them, this house wouldn't exist. And so I feel very, very grateful to them and to the original family who saved it from demolition by purchasing it and doing what they needed to do to keep it in existence. let's start with some of our personal belongings that have history. So this is like the room of history. Behind me on that dresser, actually, that's a dresser. That's the first dresser that Darren and I bought when we got married. We bought it at a grocery store. For those of you who are Canadian, we bought it at a Loblaws. On that dresser, there are these decorations that are symbolic of lighthouses. And the reason why they're symbolic of lighthouses is that Darren and I got married on the east coast of Canada, near the ocean, where our parents own a cottage. Those beautiful lighthouses were part of our wedding. They were the centerpieces at our wedding. I don't even know if I have a good photo of it because we got married back in the day where we didn't have cell phone cameras. So we had those disposable cameras on the tables for our guests to use. Did you guys, anybody out there relate to that? If I can find a picture, I will share what they looked like. However, we were on a budget. Darren and I are both, work in the arts. And so our budget has always been limited. My aunt, Lucy, who has since passed, she and my uncle, Pierre, hello Pierre, if you're watching, they made those for us. They made them out of terracotta pots that they painted in ivory, because my dress was ivory. And they got the chalumet, the chimneys, the glass chimneys, and the candlestick holders and the candles. And they tested them to make sure there was oxygen coming to the candles so it would burn properly. And both she and my other aunt, Lorraine, who also has since passed away, sadly, because I love them both so dearly, they grew the flowers to decorate them with. They grew gladiolas. And truth be told, I grew up with my mom growing gladiolas, so I knew what they were, but I had never really paid attention to gladiolas until my aunt Lorraine she says, oh, well, you should have gladiolas. I'll grow them for you. And so both she and my Aunt Lucy and Uncle Pierre, who made these centerpieces for us, they grew gladiolas in their gardens. Mom too. Thanks, Mom. And those were the flowers that decorated the centerpieces. They also decorated the church pews. Yeah, it means a lot to us. So now I have this new love and appreciation for gladiolas, and it's so sentimental for me. For us, I should say. But I'm the sentimental one between Darren and I, let's be honest. Okay. Welcome to the anniversary couch. Darren and I celebrated our 26th, no, that's not true. How many years have we been married? 23. No, 10 minutes lo. I gotta do math. I don't math good. 22-year, and yeah, because it was our 20th wedding anniversary when we moved here. Okay. Oh my goodness, I should be embarrassed about that. So I'm usually really good at these things. I gotta take this hair elastic off. It's cutting off the circulation to my fingers. All right, welcome to the anniversary couch. This summer, Darren and I celebrated our 22nd wedding anniversary. And when we moved here from, quite a small semi-detached. Our house was very, very tiny. We didn't have a lot of furniture, and we'd had to throw our living room furniture away. I know that sounds extreme, but our couch and our 2 chairs that were in our living room had to be thrown out because Izzy was sprayed by a skunk outside in our backyard. And when she came inside, the screen door, we had left the screen door open. None of us were in the living room or on the main floor. And she raced in and proceeded to go onto every piece of furniture and try to rub the oil of the skunk spray off of herself by rubbing herself all over the furniture. Literally, the couch and the 2 chairs. We hauled that furniture out of the house so fast and into the backyard. We tried every cleaning solution, every trick or hack. We left it out to be bleached in the sun. For literally a month, our furniture was in our backyard, and we'd cover it with tarps when there was going to be rain. And anywho, it was unsalvageable. It smelled so bad. It was in the cushions, it was in the fabric, it was in the foam of the stuffing of the furniture. So we ended up throwing it away. Now, none of our furniture was pristine or brand new. We have cats who tear things up. We also would buy a lot of our furniture in the as-is section, so the damaged furniture. It was whatever, it doesn't matter. And so when we moved here, we didn't have a lot of furniture to fill the enormous amounts of rooms that we have here. And so we've been slowly collecting antiques to keep the spirit of the home and the heritage alive. I'm a bit of a purist when it comes to those things. I don't mind, modern or contemporary meets, antique and classical, but I do love antiques because, I don't know, they have a story. And I'm very reverent to that story. Whether I know the story or not, the furniture knows the story. The items know their own story, and I am reverent to it. So we had been, slowly looking for furniture, and I'll be honest with you folks, if you are looking to furnish your home, I don't know where you are in the world, but I can tell you that here in Canada, antiques are inexpensive. You can get beautiful items for very little money comparatively to buying new in the store. And they're solid. They are built to last. The craftsmanship is incredible. And so I had been looking on Facebook Marketplace just for, antique couches, Victorian couches, because this is a Victorian farmhouse. And I had come across a few of them, and I would just share them with Darren. Like, this has been going on for months, just like, oh, look what is available there, and look at the price of this, look at the price of that. So we're educating ourselves, not ready to jump out and buy anything because we have to be budget conscious. But when I went away this summer, I came home just in time for our anniversary. And when I got home, Darren had surprised me and gone out and purchased one of the antique couches that I'd seen on Facebook Marketplace. The couch that's behind you, the olive green couch, which looks beautiful, we bought at, I'll say it, at Wayfair, because we love the color. It's Darren's favorite color, and we like the richness of the green, and the style is classic, but it's a contemporary couch. See, contemporary meets classic. But the legs are already starting to bend in a little bit. It's a bit wobbly. And that's a brand new couch. We purchased it when we moved here. And this one is over 100 years old. And it cost $150. And so it was Darren's anniversary gift to us, to furnish our home. And it has my favorite color in it, pink. But I don't wear a lot of pink, and I don't decorate with a lot of pink. But isn't it interesting that my favorite color was part of the drapes when we moved here? And the peacock blue color really ties in beautifully with a chair that we bought at a local antique and home decor store. We actually have two of these chairs. They're beautifully covered in this peacock blue velvet, and we got the chairs for $15 each. Come on, that's nuts. So folks, if you're on a tight budget like we are, and you have an appreciation for good craftsmanship, quality, history, and an interesting artistry, they look different, they have their own little style, I would highly encourage you to check out antiques in your area. So yeah, this is our anniversary couch. I'm going to need some Q-tips to get into these nooks and crannies. As I said, I'm reverent about the stories. And so I want to share the story of how this couch came to be to us. This one here, when he got in touch with the family who owned it, the lady, she shared that her father had purchased it about 40 years ago and had reupholstered it and refinished it and fixed it all up, and that it was really difficult for her to part with it. And Darren told her, he goes, feel consoled by the fact that it's going to be in our home because my wife will cherish it and love it and appreciate it for its story, its heritage, the love that it's been shown, and she's going to carry that on for you. And supposedly it was a really lovely moment, and it made her feel a whole lot better to part with it. Sorry, I get choked up. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful that her father took it home and took care of it and loved it and restored it. And now it gets to be cherished and loved by us until it goes on to its next owners. I hope they're as reverent and appreciative of its history as we have been so far. Wow, that's looking nice. It's a little off kilter, it's imperfect. But it's clean. It's a little crooked too. Clean, not clean. Can you tell the difference? I see it. I don't know if you can. Another thing about this couch that I love is the fact that it's very low to the ground and it's not very deep. So for my 4'11" stature, 4'11" and a half, almost 5 feet, I can actually sit back with my back supported and my feet on the ground. I'm not sitting like a toddler with my feet sticking at the end of the couch. So for all of you vertically challenged friends of mine out there, because we are a special club, look into old Victorian furniture for your comfort and beauty. Now, some of the artwork on the wall is pretty special as well. This watercolor right here I commissioned on the anniversary, the 10th anniversary of the launch of my first acting gig for a Canadian network called Treehouse TV. My Canadian people out there, who is familiar with Treehouse TV? If you have children, you know Treehouse. And when the channel first launched in 1997, I auditioned and got the part of Rosabelle. That's me on the right. And Rosabelle's signature look was 2 braids and very rosy cheeks. And my co-host, Kathleen, played Tansy. And the ball in her arms was one of the puppets, Osbert Plunky. Our contract lasted about 4 years, ended with a mall tour, the big old mall tour, singing, dancing, and meeting lots of kids across the country. Oh my goodness, what a treat and a gift to get to do that. And Kathleen and I are still dear friends. And the outfits for those of you who are familiar with Tansy and Rosabelle, you might say, well, hey, those weren't your costumes on the TV show. And the reason they're not the identical costumes to ours from the TV series is because these were our summer costumes for when we did summer events outdoors, because our costumes were way too warm to wear out in the summertime. So they had designed these costumes that were the essence of the characters' costumes, their TV costumes. And those were our summer costumes. Now this painting over here was a painting that my mother had commissioned when she and my father had moved to Port Hawkesbury, Nova Scotia. And that's the house that my father built. And there are fun little details about it, because if you look closely on the front steps, you see my mom and dad's black poodle, Jiminy Cricket, laying on the front step. And then if you pan over right to the edge of the painting, at the back of the house, you can see my mom putting clothes on the clothesline. Oh, wow. Okay. Now I can tell that this is a polyester type fabric. And so for the sake of, oh look, collecting any dust bunnies left and dead moths. I missed that one. I'm going to put these in the dryer for just a few moments. It'll help with any wrinkling and collecting some of the dust particles that didn't come off. But I'm checking to see, yeah, there's still dusties on there. Okay, I want to see how the hand stitching held up with the spinning. Okay, it's totally fine. Yay! All right, perfect. Let's check this one. Now, if you notice down there, there's an accordion. Remember Aunt Lucy, the one who made our wedding centerpieces and also grew some of the gladiolas for decorating at our wedding? That accordion belonged to her. My Aunt Lucy was a force to be reckoned with, and if she decided there was an instrument she was going to learn to play, she would. Trumpets, piano, organ, guitar, violin, accordion. And when she passed away, my uncle reached out to us and asked if any of us would like to have the accordion. And I said, I'd love to have it. And he said, okay, I'll give it to you on one condition. You got to learn how to play it. And so slowly, and admittedly, I haven't picked it up since last Christmas, but I've been teaching myself how to play the accordion. I'm pretty bad at it. And if any of you out there play the accordion, please forgive me for the abomination that is me attempting to play a song. But I'll share a video with you right here of me playing the accordion. Enjoy. Happy New Year! I hope 2021 is gentle and kind and filled with love and peace and good health, because accordion to me, 2020 can take a hike. Okay, I've been practicing a little bit tonight. Okay, here's my attempt at a little ditty for y'all. Okay, please forgive the mistakes, because there will be some. See? Told ya. Here we go. This one is all dented, so clearly got bumped along the way. I'm just gonna leave these to soak for a minute. goes to the upstairs bathroom. Right, left, little window. Okay. Alrighty. Welcome to the upstairs bathroom. Now, for those of you who are observant, you might have noticed something in this particular shot. That's a little Easter egg, not a literal one like I found earlier today, but have a look right here. You see this lovely shade of green? That is the color that all of the woodwork was painted in this house when it was slated for demolition. And I plan on leaving it there. I suspect they probably had another piece of wood here because you see the nail holes as part of the framing. And when they removed that to put this newer window in, this was revealed underneath that finishing wood. Or trim. I don't know what to call it. You know what I mean. So yeah, all of this woodwork was painted green. Okay, so this cradle, this little doll cradle, was my doll cradle when I was a little girl. And when I had kids, I brought it to our home in Ontario from my home in New Brunswick, and it became my children's doll cradle. And then now that they're grown, it's still with us, and we're using it. Right now there are some gifts hiding in there. And it's where we typically stack our cozy blankets for cool nights snuggled up on the couch, spending time together. That's that. This box, this wooden box, is a wedding gift from our friends Rania and Steve. We still have it, guys, if you're watching. And remember, I mentioned earlier in the video that we had disposable cameras on the guests' tables at our wedding, at the reception. And here are all of the photographs from said cameras. Oh, and you can see the centerpieces here. Oh, yeah. Let me see if I can get a good example. Can you see it? Oh, right there. With the gladiolas around there. Can you see it? Right there. That's what it looked like with the gladiolas. Oh, goodness. And, oh, look, you guys. It's my adorable hubbity-bubbity. It's Darren, little Darren. Such a cutie. He's still such a cutie. All right. Oh, and my grandparents. Oh my gosh, I miss them so much. My grampy and my mimea. Speaking of grampy. Next part of the tour. Aw. After my grandfather passed away, my grandmother had been deceased for a few years, but the house was emptied, and then we were told, look, there are some things just hanging about the house. If anybody would like them, go through the house and take what you like. And there really wasn't much left except maybe a few dust bunnies and some old broken furniture. But up in the attic was one of my grandfather's oil lanterns. And it's all rusty, the cap is missing. But it's so sentimental to me because growing up, we would go with my grandfather to his camp in the woods along a train track. The house was off-grid, so there was no electricity, no running water, or anything like that. So we had to heat was a wood stove, a cook stove in the kitchen. And the lights were oil and kerosene lamps. And this was one of the lamps that we would use to provide light. And he had an old battery-supported radio that would let us know when trains were coming. And I remember my parents and my grandfather waking us up in the middle of the night or at any time of day to let us know there was a train coming, and we'd all rush out to the front porch and we'd wave to the train as it went by. And they'd always open the window and wave at us on the way by and blow the horn. And we would always sing, "I've been working on the railroad all the livelong day." My grandfather would harmonize. He was an incredible singer. Anyway, so this lantern sits here on the mantle of the fake fireplace that came with the house. Next on our tour is one of Darren's many. He's got 8 so far. 8 or 9? How many does he have? I can't remember. Canadian Screen Awards. I will stop there because he's a very humble man and would be embarrassed about me showing off about him, but he's a very talented editor. And these awards were part of a production team, so kudos to all of them. And a special shout out to my incredibly talented husband, Darren. Then, my stupid chicken lamp. My sisters bought this for me our first Christmas here on our little farm. They'd seen it online and they ordered it for me, and they thought when they got it, it was this tiny little box. Like, what in the world? Because they thought it was a big lamp, like something that you could sit on a desk, but it's just this little rickety plastic thing, and it's got a USB plug. You can't even plug it into a wall socket. So I'll light it up for you. I just have to go find a block to be able to plug it in, but yeah. So I love my stupid chicken lamp. We had such a good laugh. The Legend of the Little Farm Big Dreams pump organ. It's a legend only because I've kind of made up part of it, but it makes so much sense. So it could be the real story. Let's just pretend it is because it makes it more fun. This organ was built here in Canada in 1901 in Guelph, Ontario. And not the previous owners, not the people we bought the home from, but I think it was the owners who purchased it to restore it. This organ was bought at auction, and it's stayed in the home ever since. When they brought it home from the auction house, you will notice that this organ is not centered to the wall. The reason for that is because when they brought this organ home, they wanted to slide it in place and put it right in the middle. So it would balance the room out. But as they were sliding it, they felt it go and drop in and rest in divots in the wood floor that were already there in the exact same spots as the feet were under this organ. It fit exactly in those divots. It just slid into place like it had come home. So my theory is this, the legend is this, that this organ was sold and then brought back home through auction to its original home. Isn't that cool? That's what I think it is. I don't know if it's true, but I'd like to think that it is, that this organ came home after many years of being away. And so, yeah, that's the legend of the pump organ. Yes, it does still work. It doesn't work perfectly. Some of the keys don't work. And unlike my grandmother, I am not a pianist or an organ player. She was incredibly talented. She could play anything. And if you wanted to sing, she would play along even if she'd never heard the song before, and she could transpose to your key. Oh my gosh, she was incredible. But I will give you a little demonstration without actually playing any music, because I can't. I need a chair though, because this is a pump organ. Like an accordion, you have to pump air into it for it to function. Flip my tuxedo tails. All right, this is really hard. This is really not like riding a bike. Anyway, I don't know if you were able to hear it. It's very light. It really needs a lot of restoration. And it would be very, very cost prohibitive for us. But we're doing our best to not allow it to get much worse, except wear and tear. And just, I'm sure that a lot of the components have probably dried over the years and crumbled. And I mean, it's 124 years old, going on 125. So the fact that it's still here and beloved is enough for now. I don't even know who can restore these things. I wouldn't even begin to know who to reach out to restore it. But boy, would I love to hear someone sit down and play it and hear the sound that it's supposed to make, like when it was originally built. That would be incredible. But the craftsmanship is unbeatable. All this carved wood, all the decor, and some pieces have come off. We don't have these pieces. This is the state that it was in when we moved here. But again, it's almost 125 years old. I'm not going to judge it. And here on these platforms is where they would have put candles. Alrighty, the last load is in the washer. I've switched the second set of drapes to the dryer, and I have to wait till Darren's done work this evening to put this long drape over and across the window because I'm not tall enough. I guess all that's left to do to prepare this room for Christmas, because this is where our Christmas tree goes, right here in this space. I'm gonna putter around a bit more, finish up some dusting, and I'm going to vacuum the carpet, which reminds me, the carpet, oh my goodness, the carpet is a gift from Darren's parents. They had it in their home for many, many years. And when we moved here to our Victorian farmhouse, they asked us if we'd like to have it. And so here it sits on our living room floor, keeping our toesies warm. So yeah, we love it. Oh, and right in the middle of the room, staring at me this whole time, and I'm putting stuff on it, the hope chest that my sisters got me for my 20th birthday. It's beautiful, I love it, and it's also practical because inside the hope chest are all of our board games. I love this room. Feels like a warm hug from all the people we love most. Filled with memories. All right, I'm gonna keep puttering around. I'm gonna put away the fall decorations because it's time to get ready for Christmas. Now, the girls don't come home from university until later this month, and I don't want to decorate without them, although there might be a few little things that I can start before they get here, but like the Christmas tree and things like that, that's something that we're going to do with them, so that'll be coming in a later video. Thanks for joining me, folks. I hope you enjoyed spending this time with me, having a little tour of our Victorian farmhouse living room. Please give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, leave me a comment, come say hi to me in the comments section down below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.